ready to learn how my assistant and I manage all of the content that I put on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere else every single week? If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Lai Lacaba. I've been working from home since I was 15 years old and now run a virtual assistant company, 2XU, and I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. So this is the part 3 of the series that my assistant and I are doing of how we do certain things in my business. We've covered how to do meetings. We've also then covered how she manages my email and calendar. And for this video, we're going to cover the content side of it. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed or seen, but I post 2 videos here on YouTube. You know, I create long posts on Facebook or everywhere else. So this is a lot of content to manage and go through. So I've kind of had to create a system where even if I take a month off and I just record a lot of the videos beforehand, things can keep running without me. So that'll be our goal today. So walk you through that whole process of basically from ideation to creation to actually getting things published and how to have that process with a virtual assistant. So of course I have my amazing assistant here. Honey, go ahead and say hi.
Hello guys!
So we'll walk you through again that step-by-step process. So we will start with showing you guys the tools and the assets that we have already created. So maybe you can even replicate it for yourself. Now, I know a lot of people ask, what is the main tool? So we use Notion. It's kind of like everything else when it comes to our content. We also use Canva for creating the graphics. We use Filmora for the main video editing, but when it comes to the shorter videos that we create, we use CapCut. So those are the 4 main tools that we have for content creation. So essentially, this is our content calendar. So I have 2 different content calendars. One is for 2XU content, one is for my own content. I've kind of had this decision made because when we had everything all in one calendar, it did get confusing. It did get like, okay, this is for 2XU, this is for my own content. And the difference mainly is for 2XU content, these are the content like this one where we're teaching you how to work with a virtual assistant. And what I call my own content are for those who want to learn how to be a virtual assistant. So we've kind of made that separation. So this is basically my own content calendar. This is also where I put in the video ideas that I want or the video topics that I want to talk about. So here, the top ones here on Sundays and Thursdays, so I know what content I want to put out on that day. And then you guys will see, this is like the content calendar we're using. We're not using a blank calendar that we made up on the spot. So we have the video teaser should be shared for that Sunday, and then sharing the YouTube video from YouTube. So then posting it on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Then we create a short teaser that will go into YouTube Shorts that will then be posted on other platforms as well. And then I have the Thursday video on here. So today is March 10th. This video is coming out on the 16th right here. So then we already have it planned out. Like, how do we want to repurpose this one video to the other types of video that we have? So I wanted to quickly show you guys this, how we create that content machine. So first we have the long form content, which it could be a video, a podcast, or a blog. For me, I've just chosen video. And then we create the short videos. Again, it goes into all of these different platforms. And then you create carousel posts. So carousel posts is if you've ever experienced having to swipe through a really good graphic on Instagram or Facebook. Facebook doesn't really do that, more on LinkedIn as well. Then we post it on those platforms. Then we create the graphic post, which is usually a quote from the video, and then we repost it to different platforms as well. So it becomes this content machine that we have. So that is essentially what you guys see on this content calendar. This is, again, it is more just focused on the side of just for my videos, for the virtual assistant videos, but then this is on the flip side for 2XU. This is what our content calendar looks like. So let me switch to today view so you can see the current ones. So we will turn a YouTube video that we have into a blog post that we of course share on Facebook. Then we shared it on Instagram as a graphic. We always try to highlight a client or an executive assistant in 2XU, and then we post the video teaser or talking about what video is coming up for Thursday. Then we put in a quote from the blog. Then we create an article post on LinkedIn. So we post the same blog post that we have on our website into LinkedIn, share it on blogs, create a graphic out of it. We share then Thursday video, and then on Fridays we put it as a reel on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So that is actually what our content calendar looks like. This has been always a work in progress. We use a lot of different tools to analyze when are the best days to post on different platforms that we're on and how much to post. So this could change, next week, next month, based on what we learn from our own analytics. that'll probably be a video for a different day, but I wanted to show you guys what our content calendar looks like on Notion. Next is when I cover our content database. So the content database has almost everything. There's probably some things that I've created before that's not on this list. I've made this filter specifically for the published ones. So this is where we have my videos, the articles that we've written, graphic posts, the PDFs. So it's all here. So then again, it's easy for us to track what we've created and what we haven't created. One of the things I'm even incorporating is we're going to start putting in the slides, just like the ones you saw earlier, of the things that we have, again, created inside of this whole content ecosystem that we've built in the last couple of years. Now, the next thing that I do, now that you guys have seen the calendar, you guys have seen the database, I'm going to walk you guys through the process of using ChatGPT or using AI basically to be able to create content for your own business with your assistant as well. So here we have, of course, the lovely ChatGPT. Right now, they're restoring all of the data, so I don't have the usual data that I have on here. But what I would usually do is to set up ChatGPT in the best way. So what I would try to do is I would input information about me, about my business to ChatGPT so that it learns what kind of content I want to create anyway. So for example, what I'll actually do, write as a blank canvas for you guys. So I'll grab on the content database the names of these. This is a little bit tedious, and this is something that definitely an assistant could do for you. So I would say I have a virtual assistant agency where, so what I've done here is I've inputted a lot of information about 2XU, what we do, in the fact that I create a lot of videos just like this one, educating entrepreneurs how to have a virtual assistant. So then at the very end, I added, can you go ahead and create 12 bullets for 12 pieces of content themes that I can do for the year. So imagine this is like January, you guys are creating your content. Again, you can do this at any time of the year. So then just inputted that, and then ChatGPT goes ahead and actually writes out a whole content plan for me for the rest of the year, thinking that this is, January. For me, for example, then I can go ahead and grab this and I can plan out my content around it. So let's say, for example, right now it's March, so I can go through, benefits of working with a virtual assistant, managing a virtual assistant for April. This again becomes the month-to-month content that you'll have moving forward. So this is part of just the planning with ChatGPT. You don't have to stick to it. It doesn't have to be the main thing that you actually do. But the point of it is then you have a guide. You don't have to start from scratch when planning your content. Then what I would do is I would try to ask for a week by week content idea. So then this becomes the weekly content for each one. So on introduction for virtual assistants, it's already writing out the different content pieces, again, that I can create throughout that year. So that's how cool it is. That's how much I love using ChatGPT, just because even if I don't follow what it states, I can then, anytime I'm stuck and I need ideas, the ideas are just right there. Let's ChatGPT kind of finish going through and creating, just so you guys can see how many ideas it can put out in a short number of time. So now I've gone to up to 10, you can ask it for more. So then what I would do here is I would ask, create a video bullet script for, and then I would scroll up. So let's say that, I'm just going through the introduction for virtual assistants. Then I would grab this and say the pros and cons of working with a virtual assistant. And then it creates the script that I can use for this. And then from there, I can just go ahead and use this as kind of a run-through script. I can edit this. I can make this my own. It doesn't have to be, again, that I follow what ChatGPT says. You have to add your own part of the content, your own experience, your own examples. But this just makes it so much easier for me to then go into filming the actual video. Then this also becomes the kind of the basis of the content for the rest, for the carousel post, for the graphics and everything else. So then I'm gonna go back to my content calendar. So then I can start filling out. So you can see that I've planned my content a few weeks ahead, just so I know already what are the things that are upcoming, what are the things that I can share. And then what I do is, for example, for today's video, so you guys will see very much a kind of a B-roll behind the scenes, is then I've created this script of what I want to talk about for each point. Again, I didn't go through just what ChatGPT said. I am going through step by step of my own experience, but again, I don't have to start from scratch, which is the beauty of using AI. So then once we have this, I have a script, then we actually go into creating the content. So then I actually proceed to creating the content. I create the video, I upload it, which then is where Honey comes in. So then she monitors that whole content creation side. So Honey, can you walk us through how you monitor the rest of the content creation, how you work with different people for it, and then getting us to the point of like how you schedule and post the pieces of content that we have.
When the video is already available and then sent to our video editor, I'll go ahead and follow up with our video editor. So what I usually do is check if the video is okay. And then once approved, I'll go ahead and tell our video editor that it's already approved and you can go ahead and create the contents. For example, the YouTube graphic for that video, the code to post for that video, and of course the teaser. And when our video editor finishes the content, I'll then go ahead and check those one by one in order for me to know if there's still something that needs edit or it's good to go for posting. So right after that, if I already have the resources, the graphics to post, I'll then go ahead and use this tool, which is the Meta Business Suite. So here, when I click create post, it will then directly go here. So what I did is that I'll make sure that that post will be posted to both Facebook and Instagram. So I'll have to check that one. And then I'll go ahead and add the photo, which is from our editor. So say this is our recent post. When our video editor create the content and then send it to me, that specific content had a caption already. So here, I'll open our content calendar. So it's basically here, the caption, and I'll just go ahead and grab those things and then paste it here. After checking the photo, the caption, I'll go ahead and check for hashtags, for example, virtual assistant or any other hashtags that are related to that specific content. Right after that, I'll go ahead and schedule the content. Let's say I'll schedule the content today. Usually we schedule the content at 11 a.m. So I'll go ahead and change the time. And then after that, I already have the photo, the caption, and then the date and time for scheduling. I'll just check everything and then hit schedule. So that's basically the process on what I usually do for the An. Overall, it's just very easy to use. So that's the process for posting to Facebook and Instagram. And then for LinkedIn, what I usually do is download that content into a PDF and then upload it on LinkedIn as a document. So the same process, I'll just grab the caption, the hashtag, and then the PDF file that I will post on LinkedIn. So after that, it's already there posted. And one bonus tip for you is that when ChatGPT first came out, I did my research on what tools that can be used for me as an assistant for my work to be easier. So I found this tool, which is YouTube Summary with ChatGPT. This is actually a Google extension. And then this is a useful tool just because it summarizes a transcription for the specific video, but for this one, we also use this for generating content. Let's say, for example, I'll go ahead and copy this transcription and then go ahead to ChatGPT. So when I click ChatGPT, it directs me to this. So I'll just, for example, say, generate quotes for carousel to post on Instagram. So this is basically the transcription based on this YouTube video, which is you can go ahead if you haven't checked this out. So here, I already pasted the transcription. And then after I hit enter, ChatGPT will then generate quotes to post for carousel on Instagram. So here are the following prompts. This is very useful for us because we just grab these things and then turn this into a graphic. If you are an assistant who struggles to generate content, this tool that I'm using is very useful for you. It can just generate the code easily and you can go ahead and post that on social media.
Amazing. Thank you so much, honey, for walking us through that process. And hopefully that helps inspire, like, hey, this is kind of how we're doing it. We're just actually showing you guys raw. There's nothing edited about how we do things. And it's essentially how we're able to post a ton of content. Now, for the 2XU side, we do use a tool called Buffer, where the marketing assistant for 2XU then posts a lot of the content already that was created by that same content assistant that we have, who then everything else that you guys see on the 2XU side is used. So that's, I guess, kind of the whole process. The last part of the process is making sure that you update your content database if you already have it, so then you can just have that in perpetuity basically of something that you have as an asset of like, hey, this is where all of my content is at. Anytime you need links or anything like that, it's already in that database. I hope you guys enjoyed that walkthrough of how we create and manage our content here at 2XU. And if you guys like this kind of video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below if you want other tutorials just like this one. We're very much open to other ideas from you guys, not just from ChatGPT. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out those two playlists right here and the latest video right here. I hope you guys have an awesome day and one that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!